Good. So this morning, I didn't get into it big time, but the main part of my gallons per second is about hit it hard, hit it fast, and back it up. How do we hit it hard, hit it fast, and back it up? We load up on the front end. We do the booster backup. We send an engine company to the scene. They stretch a line. Second engine company doesn't stop at a hydrant. I'm talking about a private dwelling with 1 or 2 rooms of fire. I'm talking about fires where the 3,000 civilians a year die. The ones where we need enough people right now to maximize the damn water that you haul around all the medical calls when you're driving around. And they come in, you time your tank. They come in, we get a line in the building, put water on the fire, and enough people to do a search. Because if it's a fire with survivable space, what most likely will the first 1 or 2 tanks do to that fire? Put it out, right? Because I'm not talking about Chicago where an engine and a truck and Jeep are pulling out of the firehouse. I'm talking about the one where it's a 3 or 4 person engine company by themselves rolling out of the house, pulling up on an occupied private dwelling. 3 or 4 people is not enough people to get a line in the building, put water on the fire, and simultaneously start the search, is it? But if the second engine could come in and give a whole other tank of water with a whole other crew of people, what could we be doing faster? Getting water on the fire and backing it up with what? A search operation. And I'll tell you this, but when you roll out of the firehouse, and you go to a particular address, and it's a 9,000 square foot house, and I got this crazy, crazy header, and it's a Sunday afternoon at 2 o'clock, and the dispatcher's telling you everybody's out, could possibly the first engine need to stop and catch its own hydrant? Yeah. And that's where the fire service got to stop saying, we got to catch a hydrant every single time. I'd like to say if it was your family track, would your ass be stopping? I don't care if you can jump off and in 20 seconds run around with a hula hoop, wrap the plug, drive 50 miles an hour. It still ain't as fast as your ass going straight to the fire.
Preach.
Seriously. If your house was on fire and you were the first new company and your family was trapped, your ass wouldn't be stopping at a hydrant. You'd be going straight to the fire to get in that building, hopefully putting water on the fire and somebody searching. And I'm tired of people in the fire service complaining about staffing, but they don't maximize the staffing they already have. I can tell you, if I got hired as a fire chief in a big department, a big city, and I went to the first fire and I saw 4 drivers wearing civilian clothes at the first pump panel, I'd have their ass. I mean, I would be like, how can I ask for more staffing when 4 of you are doing nothing? I mean, shit, used to they were all smoking cigarettes. They're not doing that anymore. Right? I call that a driver's convention. See, you're laughing because some of you experienced. I'll never forget when I got on my first show. I went to the first fire. And we sent 17 people, but only about 9 were working because 5 or 6 were smoking cigarettes at the first new pump panel. Am I lying? Am I telling the truth? Right? So that's where I'm saying, like, we need to police ourselves and say, what can we do if everybody goes to work? Dave, is your brother still in here? Dave, is Dave in here? His brother was here. Dude, what's your brother? He said he does a drill with drivers called fishing it. The efficient engineer. And we don't call it that, but once again, I can tell you, if you listen, I did a podcast for Brothers in Battle or Fit to Fight Firearm, and they were asking me about what we did 18 years ago in Escambia County. When I went there, one of my top priorities was to make sure we were maximizing the driver at every fire. I wanted drivers wearing bunker gear, driving to the fire. And then we had them all fight, oh, that's dangerous. We can't do that. The boots are too big. And then, it became January and it got real cold outside. It got down to like 42 degrees. And that same one that said the boots were too big, it was 2 o'clock in the morning when he got up with his jockey shorts on. What was he wearing when it was 42 degrees outside? We call that a hypocrite. Right? Is that not true though? 2 weeks ago he couldn't wear his boots, they were too big, right? Because he just didn't want to, he's wearing his duty stuff. But now when it suits his needs at 2 o'clock in the morning when it's 42 degrees outside, well, I don't want to put my boots on. I just put my work pants on. Right? And so what we did was we started maximizing the drivers. And when we sent 4 rigs to a fire, guess what? The first 2 driver was pumping. Second 2 driver truly supported the first with water supply, whether it was tank, a hydrant. The next 2 drivers put their stuff on. They actually got their mask out, hooked it to their air pack. And now we had 2 additional firefighters available if we needed them to do something at the fire. What a concept, right?